Hey, my good people out there. So, the subject of today is younger men, older women. So, I just saw that Tyler Perry movie. Um, I can't even tell you the name of it. Um, Falls from Far, something falls, I don't know, whatever. The new one on Netflix. And, sorry, what I have to say about it is that it was a very good movie. And I feel like it was a good movie because there was a lesson to be learned, as always, in Tyler Perry's films. And it was a very serious, subject. The older women who have been divorced, who have been, dogged out, cheated on, used. It's happened to all of us. And they just start sinking themselves into their work and careers, and they go and get all of the things that they want and in life, the financial things that you can buy with money, and then they accomplish that and they're still lonely. So it was a very, very real situation, even something that I can relate to. People say, Tracy, you're so pretty. I can't imagine you ever being desperate or lonely or not being able to find a man. And I wasn't ever what I would consider as desperate. Very well, I can very well maintain, just being by myself. Um, so I went for someone that was younger, and I typically always went for someone that was younger just because the guys that were my age, they were kind of like, set in their ways. They had more children than me. They started earlier than me with children. And by the time they would date me, their children would be grown. So they didn't want more children. And I only had one, born when I was 29 years old at the time. Now I do have a 4-year old. He's 4.5. So that's from my marriage of 5 years. So, which is obviously to a much younger man. Um, I didn't plan on it being that way. It's just that he was showing up and showing out where no one else was that was my own age. If I had been able to connect with someone my own age, I would have. But it just didn't happen that way. And you can sit around and wait for that perfect guy to show up in a box with a bow, or you can be open to new experiences and you can be open to love, but don't be a fool. So, back to the movie. The movie is basically saying, don't be a fool. Keep your eyes open. There are predators out there. There are people out there, even when you don't have an age difference, that are trying to use you and see what they can get from you. They're trying to take everything out of you, but they're not investing anything into you. If you are in that kind of relationship and you are unhappy, don't put up with it, especially if you have the financial means to be able to sustain yourself and be on your own without the help of a man. Now, I'm not saying you don't need a man, because we need fathers, we need husbands in the household, because that's the way that society is trying to break the black family down by tearing us apart. So I'm not saying you don't need companionship, you don't need to be loved, you don't need a man. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you do get a man, make sure that man is for you. That it's not just a man to keep your bed warm, because it ain't that serious. Um, because really, in this day and age, the hoes are winning, and you can sleep with anyone. So, like I said, just keep your eyes open, because it could happen. And don't be so quick to marry. That man has to show up and show out and prove to you that he's worthy. That's all for now. Bye.